What's up, Diva fam, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Obviously you can tell by the title down below we are trying out some new makeup here on my channel. Some of the new makeup that has come to the market recently, new products to me, stuff that I've been wanting to try that maybe I've had in my collection for a little bit now. So I just wanted to go ahead and come on here and just play with some makeup. Obviously it is late at night right now at the moment when I'm filming this. Why am I putting on a full face of makeup? Because of YouTube, that's why, and for you guys, and obviously being able to try out these products and obviously giving you guys my own honest opinion. So without further ado, obviously you guys can tell by the thumbnail which some of the products we will be trying out today. Let's just go ahead and jump into this video without further ado. So you guys know the gist. If you like videos like this, turn this video a big thumbs up because you know it helps me out so much. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel because you know you want to. And don't forget to go ahead and hit that notification bell down below so you never miss a video with me, your girl Senior D. And let's just go ahead and get into this. Alright, so first starting off, I don't have a new primer to try out. And I also kind of wanted to keep this a little bit consistent so that we're not trying out like too many new things at one time. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off with my Hangover Primer by Too Faced, since it is one of those primers that is a little bit more on the hydrating side for us. And just make sure that my base at least is something that is consistent compared to all the new stuff that we'll be putting on my face. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my hair back really quickly as well with my scrunchie, and then we will go into this and start putting on makeup on my face. I know I wasn't sure if I wanted to use a, okay, so I do have something here. Alright, so the foundation that I picked, which again, I thought it was in my shade, it might be a little bit too dark, I'm unsure. It is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum with 1% pure hyaluronic acid. This is in a light medium. I got this because this is the lightest shade I could find when it first came out. And then I figured I could use it more or less when I'm tan too and I'm in Mexico, because it does look like it's a little bit more on the tanner side. So if it doesn't match me, that's fine, because I'm going to go and take a shower anyways and wash it right on off. But we're just able to kind of get a feel for what the texture is, or how it brings the texture on my face, or how it actually feels. So let's just go ahead and do that. Go ahead and open it up. Again, it does have a dropper to it. We're gonna go ahead and put a few drops on my face. So yeah, it definitely is. I forgot to even do that. So, well, that's not what I wanted to happen. Great. That just went all over my sweatshirt. Luckily that'll come off because there is like a overlay. So I just need to take a, that's a little messy. Not a fan of that. Like, do you see how much product comes out on the dropper? Like, that's just, I'm not a fan of how messy that already has become. Because even if I take it out of the dropper, there's just like so much product on there. It's like, what's even the point of the dropper if the dropper itself just has enough product? All you have to do is kind of just go like this on your face. So, I don't know, we're going to try a little and move it around. I kind of don't even want to put the dropper back in until I clean that up, because the last thing I want is to like a mess all around the bottle. So let's get that cleaned up real quickly. Then a product I wanted to use was obviously the silicone sponge. So NYX came out with their own version of this. You guys remember when this came out a long time ago? I had one for the longest time, and then I repurchased a new one, but this one I got from the dollar store. So I'm going to do this on one side of my face, and then I'll use like a brush or a sponge on the other side just to see if it changes the way that it looks. So realistically with this, you're kind of just doing patting motions, kind of like it's like you're using your hand, so it doesn't absorb a lot of product. I'm not really a big fan of this type of technique because you can see obviously with the way that I'm doing this, it's just kind of like smearing around and not really doing much for like coverage, and it kind of just looks like it's just like sitting on my face. So as for this, I'm going to say that's a no. Not happening. Why did we even think that should be a thing? So I'm going to go ahead and get my sponge out and just kind of pat that in before it starts drying, since it is a serum type of texture, or serum type base. And just kind of get that in to our skin. So there's that. Then the other side, I can go ahead and use a brush to see if that does anything different when it comes to spreading out the product. Alright, so there's what that looks like. I will say I think I like the, I like how the brush kind of really was able to spread it out quickly, but I think I prefer the sponge side just because it kind of gives you a little bit more coverage on that. So I'm going to go ahead and try and see if we can build the coverage up just a little bit more because I can still see some of my redness coming out. I do have some new concealers to try out as well, so we will do that here in a second. So moving on, we do have a few concealers here for us. We've got the new Revlon Color Stay Skin Awaken Caffeine Vitamin C 24-Hour 5-in-1 Concealer. This is in the shade Cool Ivory. And then we also got the Serum Bear With Me Concealer Serum by NYX. And then this is in the shade Vanilla. So we're going to try out both of these. Obviously when it comes to shade match, I bought what they had because we know that this one was overhyped. And then the shades for this one were kind of like bought out too when I went to when I saw the display at Kroger when I was there late at night doing some grocery shopping, which I normally do. So we're going to go ahead and do the Revlon one on this side. It does have like that sponge type of applicator, but I don't know if that's kind of like the best one to use to like blend this out. Obviously this is like super bright and white. So yeah, Sandra, what a great shade match. You did. But hopefully that kind of just brightens up my under eye. We can kind of see the difference if it does or doesn't. And yeah, so you can kind of see that did brighten up the under eye a bit. Love that. So there's that. Now as for the other one should be more of like, should fit better with this foundation. This one I think I might want to give it another go, but with like a more full coverage foundation, and see if those are a better match together. Because I feel like this one might blend better with the foundation that we're using since they're both types of serums, and kind of are giving us that more radiant type of feel. Why can I not get this off? Should have been more prepared. Should have had this stuff already like done and had the sticky part off. Alright, popping that off, and then this one's a little bit different. It says that you should use like your fingers first because it's a serum. So I'm just going to put like a little bit on my finger and then kind of dot that out. I think I put too much. I think only one little pump goes a long way. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to go ahead and get our sponge and see if that helps out a little bit better. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. You can definitely tell a difference between this eye and how much better this one was with the foundation, and just even more of like a better shade match. I do have too much left over on my finger, so I'm going to go ahead and try and use that maybe on the redness spot that I have right here, and the one redness spot I have right here, and just kind of tap that in with the foundation side that I had over here and see if that kind of like neutralizes that shade just a little bit. Nope. Definitely did not. Overdid it, Sandra. Now I'm just going to use what's left on my finger and I think we'll be good. So there we go. So as for the two concealers, like I said, this one was a better match for the serum foundation that we're working with right now, but I definitely love the way that this looks right now at the moment compared to the other one. Okay, other products that I have in here, I don't have a powder or a blush. We're kind of just winging this look right now at the moment because I kind of wanted to go more on like that fresh kind of look since I'm just gonna wipe it off anyways. But I do have some new blushes to try out over here. Now these are not new to the market, they're just new to me. These are all the ones I got from ColourPop. Now again, I did get a blush stick that's kind of more of like a neutral, like pinky shade, which is like this one. This is in a cream stick. Then we also do have the ColourPop Cheek Dew Serum Blush. So again, another serum item that we have here. and a little bit goes a long way with this item as well. A few drops kind of just looks like that. And then we can kind of just go ahead and blend that out, and that's what that one looks like. So I don't know which one we're going to end up choosing here, but we'll see. And then the other two ones, I forget, honestly. So let me go ahead and put that one down. And I just took off the side of that. Great, Sandra. Okay. This one's a little bit more of a beige type of shade, peachy type of shade. There's that one. That one's a little bit more on the peachy side. And then the last one over here is the light. I think this is a highlighter, actually, now that I think about it. But I think this was like too... It's very blinding, I will say that, but it's too dark for my skin tone right now at the moment. This will go a lot better when I am tan, especially when I'm in Mexico, and when I start like pre-tanning before. So that would be really, really good for me to use during then. As of right now, I don't have any like bronzer. I want to stay with the whole cream products we've got going on right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw this on by Physicians Formula and just do a little bit here and here. And we can go ahead and blend that out. So the next product I want to go ahead and try out obviously is the blush. I don't know, I think I want to give this one a go because it just seems more on the natural side. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I normally would do and just kind of put it right here and right here. And then we're going to go ahead and blend that out really quickly with the kabuki brush that I always use. Just to kind of blend that out. Right, so that's what that looks like for blush. I think that blended out super like easy, seamlessly, gives a nice shade to the skin, very neutral, very natural. So I'm digging that. We're good on that one. Definitely think I want to play around with that one a little bit more. So wherever it went, it's going to go into my everyday drawer, and we're going to keep on going. As for highlighter, I do have a highlighter here. I picked this up from Target. This is the one that kind of went viral on TikTok because of multiple reasons, and also because of Michaela. She talked about it recently. But while I will say, obviously, for the packaging, it's great. It's by the brand called Winky Lux, and this is what it looks like. This is $20 for a highlighter in the drugstore. Like, Target is drugstore. Although, as beautiful it is, I wonder how they do that, like Michaela said. I don't even know. So it is a Cheeky Rose highlighter, a cream highlighter, which is why I wanted to go ahead and try this one. You're supposed to apply it with your fingers and warm it up. So I'm just going to make sure I have the less of that product on my finger and just kind of go into that with the two fingers right here in the center, kind of just rubbing into it. So weird. So weird. Okay. Hi, I don't want to break it either, so let's close it. And then kind of just like tap that onto the skin, I guess. Like, are you seeing anything? I feel like I'm not really seeing much. So I kind of, I don't know. She made it seem like it was like so amazing. But I feel like Michaela can sell me anything. Okay, on the nose, I'm seeing it a lot more. You guys can see that there. Maybe I just need to pick up more product and be a little bit more, put a little bit more pressure on it, maybe. And then kind of take that up. So, okay, now I'm seeing something on camera. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I just need to put a little bit more pressure on my fingers when going into this cream. So there we go with that. I think we're doing good. Next I want to move on to is brows. So I did pick up the two e.l.f. brow products finally, the brow lift and the brow soap bar. So let's go ahead and do that. But without further ado, like normal, my battery is dying. So I need to switch that out really quickly and then we can come back. Okay, moving on to the two new products that we have over here, wherever the heck and bob they went. Is the e.l.f. Brow Lift in clear and then the e.l.f. Soap Bar in clear. I've tried a soap brow on here before. Obviously I want to see what the actual difference is between the two products. I also got Oh, I think it's down here somewhere. I think that's what it is, so I guess I don't have it. I will improvise at this moment right now. So we will get a different a spoolie of sorts and then just kind of use those and see what happens. So obviously we have the e.l.f. Brow Lift Clear, which is this one. For those of you guys that don't know, this is supposed to be the dupe for the Anastasia Brow Freeze. And I've been told a little goes a long way. The difference in price between the two of these, this is, I know this was $6, and I feel like this is either $8 or $9, somewhere around that price range. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and try this one out first. So I've got my spoolie right here. We're gonna go ahead and dip into it a little bit. Again, like I said, a little bit goes a long way with this one. And then where did my mirror go? So I'm gonna go ahead and take that into my brows, go up, and then also go down. Just make sure we get the product fully all the way in there. Probably should zoom you guys in for this one. Okay. Are we in focus? That is the question. Okay. So there is that. And then you're also supposed to kind of like flatten it. So we're going to take the end of my tweezers and kind of push that down. Okay. And then all we do is slightly take the edge and kind of just smooth that out. And that's what the brow looks like. I actually really do love that. Kind of gives you more of like the lamination type of look. Yeah, again, like I said, a little goes a long way. Don't overuse it, because if you do, it will just like look like a hot gloopy mess. And I think that's why I really didn't like, where's that product at? I think I threw it down there. The like NYX The Glue. I know everyone like raved about that one, but I feel like that one was just like too thick, too goopy. It distributed too much product on there. But this is good. Love that. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and try the Soap Brow. The Soap Brow kind of gives you more or less that like fluffy brow look, is more or less what we're going for with the Soap Brow compared to like the lamination brow. So here's what it looks like in my hand. It does actually come out too. I don't necessarily know if you really want to take it out, but you can if you want to switch sides. If you end up using too much on one and you want to switch to the other one. I do know that it is water activated, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a setting spray and just kind of put a little bit of that on there, and then we switch to this brow brush right here, this spoolie. And now we're just going to kind of get into that just a little bit and see how much we like this. So, okay, we've got a decent amount on the brush right now, and then now we're going to go ahead and go into this brow. Okay, so that is what that eyebrow looks like. Again, it's a little bit more on the fluffier side. It's not as stiff as this one is, because as I'm feeling this one feels really stiff. And this one I can still kind of feel my brow hairs through a bit, so it's not going to be as, like I said, as stiff as this one. But again, it's supposed to be a brow lift to give you that brow lamination. This one on the other side is supposed to give you more or less that fluffy brow with a little bit of structure to it, with a little bit of hold, but not as much hold as the brow lift is supposed to have. So there is that. What are your guys' thoughts? Would you buy this one or would you buy the Soap Brow? Just kind of depends on what you really are going for. As of right now, I think I really do like this one. The brow lift, because it's really giving my brows some like nice structure to them. I do like the lamination look a little bit better. But I definitely want to play around with it, especially when it comes to like filling in the brows and how that actually looks at the same time too. I do have enough brow hair where I don't actually necessarily need to fill them in, but I just feel like the way that this laid was a little bit better than this brow. But I do love the whole fluffy brow at the same time too. So it is what it is on that one. Then we've got some lip products, and we've also got some mascara to try. So the two lip products that I have right here for us are the newer ones that I finally got my hands on. Finally saw the display at Ulta. And then I found one of them at Kroger at the same time too. These are the Milani, what are these? I know they're like part of like the Fetish line, but it's like more of like the matte type of lip. And these are in the shade Petal and the shade Desire. So we've got two sides of the spectrum. One that is like really dark, and then one that is extremely like pinky and summery. So we're definitely gonna go ahead and swatch those. All right, so again, we have these two shades. We have the pink shade, which again looks like this. Sorry, gotta come back this way. Which looks like that, and then swatched on our hands. This is what it looks like. Super beautiful pink shade. Again, it is very matte. And then we also have this shade over here, which is a very like dark brown shade. I've been loving browns lately. They are so fun to play with, especially right now. Well, I know we're kind of coming in more into like the winter, or coming out of winter going into spring, but just like dark shades like this are just so fun. Just to play with. Then we also do have one more product right here, which is the NYX. This is the Juicy Gloss. Again, these are super beautiful. From what I saw, they're all just kind of more or less just a gloss that kind of goes on top. Even like the tinted ones, or like the purple ones, the blue ones, green ones, whatever it was, they're more or less just an everyday gloss, but they're infused with electrolytes. Now, I'm kind of trying to figure out if that's kind of like more like a gimmick to get us to buy it, because it has electrolytes in it, but like how is that even getting into our system from our lips? Can someone please tell me the science behind that? So before we try on the other two, let's do this one on its own. It does give a little bit of a red tint, but it's not much. So, but it does smell nice and sweet for sure. So again, a really pretty, beautiful gloss. While I'm tripping over my words. Very comfortable on the lips. Yeah, definitely I want to try this out a little bit more. Put this in my purse and use this just as a regular gloss, because again, I love wearing lip colors now that we don't have to wear a mask at work right now anymore. And this just gives it like a nice flush of like pink. I really want to try out the new e.l.f. like stains, lip stains. I've heard really good reviews about those ones. And then I recently just purchased the Maybelline vinyl inks, because those ones are supposed to be like transfer proof. Like what? I don't know. I think it's kind of just like how the NYX had theirs too, but you don't have to do the extra stuff with the gloss. It's already in there. So hopefully that one's a good one. All right, let's go ahead and try on this shade. Alright, so this is what this one looks like. Again, it is a very like nice natural type of pink shade. Almost could be like your lips, but better. And I definitely don't wear shades like this that often, but I definitely like the way this one looks on me. Especially with like the natural makeup we've got going on, with a nice little pop of color. I think this would be really, really fun to do. So I definitely want to go ahead and use that one some more. And let's go ahead and take off this pink shade really quickly. Okay. Try on the brown. Alright, so I love this shade on me so much. It kind of gives me like the 90s vibes when they were all about like the dark kind of like brownie nude shades, and this one is just really fun. I definitely would suggest using a lip liner with it, just because obviously I can still see the natural pink. Even if I could overline my lips with this, I just think it would be better just to use a lip liner of some sort, just to really make sure that we look complete in this. Then the last item I have for us to try is actually a mascara. This is by e.l.f. This is the Big Mood Mascara. Wow, Mascara. That would actually be Lashcara. An interesting name if someone could do. Unless that's already taken, I think it is. But the lifting mascara. So I'm kind of interested to see how this does with me without curling my lashes, and then with me then curl my lashes on one side. So let's go ahead and open this up This is what the wand looks like. So again, it kind of looks like the Better Than Sex wand, kind of really big bristles. So let's go ahead and try it on this side without curling my lashes, and then we'll curl my lashes on the other side to see how well it really lifts, because you guys know I have like lashes that are just like floppy elephant ears. Alright, so that is what it looks like with one coat, I guess, without my lashes being curled. Let's grab an eyelash curler really quickly and curl this side. Okay, and see how well this does. Alright, so that is what it looks like with my lashes curled. Obviously you can see a little bit more definition. Let's go ahead and put 2 coats on each side and see if that does anything for us. And then I'll also do my bottom lashes as well. Alright, so that is what the final mascara looks like. I definitely like the way that it looks. Obviously better when my eyelashes are curled versus the side that it's not. But normally, like I said, I normally put on a waterproof mascara first and then I go into this. So I think obviously if I would do my typical method with using a waterproof mascara first, then doing this one, I think I would get like a better, I don't know, example of how it might actually really look. But obviously I want to try it out without, because not everyone has floppy lashes like I do. But obviously once it actually dries too, I can always go back in and just like curl my lashes. And I think that sometimes also gives it a better hold too, but I just have to wait until they're dry, because I use an eyelash curler now. I hate how the mascara gets stuck to it, but then also sometimes I end up losing lashes too, and that's a really sad moment. So I didn't really have an eyeshadow palette to use. I did recently purchase the That's a Taupe eyeshadow palette, but I wasn't really sure if I should use that in this video or not. It's new to me, it's not new to the market. But definitely it's a beautiful palette. So kind of show you guys what it looks like. I've been dying to use this because I was trying to wait for a video. Oh no, it's like smashed in certain parts. I should grab my trash can for that. Or grab a tissue and kind of just make sure that that goes onto it and not onto the floor. Okay, anyways, super beautiful shades. We could probably dip into this really quickly. I'm really good at like doing quick eye looks anyways, and making sure that I'm in my crease. So that's the shade Pebble Beach that I'm using right now at the moment. And then I think I want to use Snake Eyes, which is in the center. Really beautiful shade. Put that all over the lid. There's that. And then I think I want to see what Slated looks like. That's really, really beautiful. Ooh, that formula. And see if, how well that'll look in the inner corner. And there's that. So there's the eye look that we put together in like a few seconds. That lash shade that I put in my inner corner feels so soft and beautiful. It literally feels like a super shock shadow. Obviously from ColourPop. It's just like that nice and creamy texture that feels really, really good. So there's the final look. Again, what do you guys think of this look? What do you guys think of the makeup? Again, I'm really impressed with the blush that we used. I love the lip products. As for like the foundation itself, I actually think it ended up turning out to be not that bad of a match for my skin. Obviously, again, using a brush or a sponge is probably the best way to put that on. And then the NYX serum one, love this. And I know Allie Glines and so many people have been loving this a lot. Tati loves it just as much too. So again, love, love, love that. She recently just did a video where she went over all of like L'Oreal's products, and I know she said she loved this, this foundation. So again, I want to try this out a little bit more. Really try and play with it some more and kind of figure out how to use it a little bit better. But yeah, other than that, that is the end of this video. I love you guys so, so much. So you guys know the gist. If you like videos like this, don't miss this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel because you know you want to. And don't forget to go ahead and hit that notification bell down below so don't miss a video with me, your girl SANDRA, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!